have subpoenaed more security, videos from Mar-a-Lago, in a sign that officials are not certain whether they have recovered all presidential records. Mm, the New York Times report Monday evening. Unnamed sources told publication that officials are seeking additional footage in the wake of the FBI August 8th raid on Donald Trump Palm Beach Resort, signaling that the agency still is scrutinizing the manner in which Trump allegedly took the documents from the White House at the end of his thing. Yeah, and the documents don't mean shit. You know what I'm saying? Because when we look at it, you ain't show us the documents from Hillary Clinton. You ain't show us the documents from what's the name, creepy Joe Biden son, creepy Junior. You know what I'm saying? You ain't show us that. Talk about Hunter Biden, Hunter not ass Biden. You know what I'm saying? You ain't show us none of the documents from none of those people. You know what I'm saying? And in many years, of 47 years, you even hid the documents of the 9/11 Commission and many things like that. And you wouldn't even release the documents to the family to know what really took place, knowing full well that the government was involved. And then when you release any documents, the first thing you said it was Saudi Arabia. You know what I'm saying? So somebody's lying in that matter as well. You know what I'm saying? So we need to really look into the bullshit that they are doing. You know what I'm saying? But when we look at it, you know what I'm saying? It scrutinizes the manner in which Trump allegedly took the documents from the White House at the end of his tenure. That Trump claims Trump there, the president of the United States, Trumpy Bear, he claims that he had a right to take the documents that he that he classified them while still in office. He suggested that that has been that has been dismissed by the former by the president, White House officials in uh, untrue. According to the New York Times, over 30 documents were taken by Trump from the White House Mar-a-Lago resident. And you know what? Y'all full of shit then, you're full of shit now because you're only focusing on Trump. But you got Hillary Clinton up there who did a bunch of fucking garbage for real, and she's getting a pass as well as Obama, Bush Jr., Bush Jr., nutcase ass, donkey, and his father, Bill Clinton, and a whole bunch of other presidents prior to them for 47 years. Republican Gerard Nadeau, you know what I'm saying, holds big lead over Republican. Yeah, of course, Carolyn Maloney in blockbuster New York 12 congressional primary. Yeah, because y'all keep on sucking the balls of the being Democrat as if they're doing something so great. But I don't see no money, no wealth coming to your pocket. Matter of fact, you got to go back to work and get stuck. You know what I mean? So don't give me that bullshit. So we don't give a fuck what Democrat win because that just proved to us that you haven't learned any fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? You need to balance out the board. You know what I'm saying? Anybody knows when you're playing chess, you got to balance out the board. You can't just be sitting up there, you know, just voting one group all the time. And it seems like that's what we are faced with when it comes to these people. All they want to do is vote for the same exact people all the time, knowing full well that those people are damaging our country. As the Ford said, it, you got open border policy, which now New York is feeling because they want to say that Mr. Greg Abbott or whatever is sending the people to them and they can't this. But you had homeless people all these years sleeping in the streets, starving to death, ice cold to a popsicle, you know what I'm saying? And you still got those people sitting in the street to where you want to say, even in LA, that it's illegal for them to be there. Well, you need to find different ways of queering that situation and also housing and also consolation and also certain protections that needs to be put into place to make those people get up, stand up, and keep it moving. But we don't see none of that happen. So we know that the demon Democrats enjoy the reaping and the wailing of the poor and the poor people who are dying in the streets from being homeless. But you ain't give them no relief by putting them up into a $400-something hotel. I don't mind nobody doing anything about, you know what I'm saying? But Biden is the one who opened the border and now he has threatened even the security of the United States through this procedure, and nobody sees it. All you've seen is the migrants, but you're not seeing who else may slip over the border as well. You know what I'm saying? The Trump Mar-a-Lago search warrant property receipts shows agents found trusts of classified documents. A federal judge Friday unsealed documents previously obtained by NBC by NBC News and other organizations related to the Monday search of the President of the United States. You know what I'm saying? But nobody gives a shit about that because to me, them documents is full of shit. And you know what I'm saying? Now, what we're going to do right here is when we get to this point right here in the whole situation that I just said, we're going to get into a little bit of comments. Now, we have my man Brandon Kearney. You know what I'm saying? He says in his comment, at the end of the day, why do anyone why do any former president have nuclear documents in his home? Setting all other arguments aside, just answer that question. I'm going to answer it for you because you're a jackass and you're stupid and you don't believe in no type of scheme or no wrong that the Democrats could do. But the reply to that came in, I guess, by reply to 10. You know what I'm saying? He said, no, left or right in the box, in a box. How about that? Now Brandon Kearney or whatever says not. He comes back and he says not left and right. How does your response relate to the question? Now we see Sherry, Sherry, Sherry. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Saying whatever her name is. She's saying he didn't. How would news know that this the night the night before judge opened, they changed the nuclear codes, I guess, after every president. Of course. You know what I'm saying? But then we have down here on that, because really got me a little mixed up on that. Nikki Lawson, she said, here's what my P my pea sized brain doesn't understand. Donald Trump is smart. So why would he take documents and not destroy them? There is something going on here that doesn't add up. And I agree with Nikki Larson. For even my pea sized brain, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? She said even her pea-sized brain, you know what I'm saying, can figure that much out. So can I. You know what I'm saying? But Mr. So-called, what's his name? Brandon Kearney, or whatever his name is, seems to be a clown in the mix. Now, the reply to what she said, he said Donald J. Trump didn't even pack the box. The box. GSA, Government Security Agency, did uh, command men, most people nowadays hires crews to pack and move. Government isn't any different. Maybe security clearance, you know what I'm saying? Even security clearance doesn't mean anyone uh, nowadays. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand what you're saying, but that's your opinion. You know what I'm saying? But we see M. Trenton, he says, LOL. I almost got I almost forgot. Remember the Trumpy tape? Yeah, I almost forgot about that one, but it was another gem in the contents of the fictional Steel Dozier, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Then we have Carlene uh, Blanchfield, whatever, I don't know your last name, who said he was smart. The man bankrupt a casino. You know what I'm saying? Now we have my man Libby, girl. Her name is Libby Jane. I guess that's her cool name on here. Of course, they found boxes of classified document. This is why the search warrant was issued. Lock him up, lock him up. Then we have my man down here, Stater. He says, when liberals find nothing, they leak lies. Another example of the book. That's right. He is right about that. You know what I'm saying? And then we have my man Ma West, or woman, you know what I'm saying, such as seven. She says, who leaking lies? The documents themselves are the proof. No, it's not, Mrs. West or whatever, Ma West or whatever your name is. No, it doesn't show any proof. It doesn't show any proof because what Como showed proof too when he showed the bodies he pulled out of the nursing homes and of the hospital. Wasn't that proof too? But was that proof clear enough to prove what they did to the people based on Andy Fafati, the killing fucking weasel? Because many people out here have disproved many of their claims all across the board. You know what I'm saying? And now see the CDC and the World Health Organization scrambling to get their credibility back. You know what I'm saying? So now we see the S so DD or whatever, SOSDD. You know what I'm saying? She said Lynn Blankenship, hey Cole, remember, he is not allowed to decide what can be classified. So if he took the how and what, the United States military will do if foreign enemies attack the United States and shares or sells them to so forth and so on. Nobody give a shit about it because he wasn't going to do that, and we know that. So that's stupid. You know what I'm saying? Don't think the cool, Mister. This is his name online. He says here are some of the interesting